I'm watching every MCU movie in chronological order until Avengers Doomsday is released, and this week I watched Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay, I'm gonna say it. This was a rough start for Spider-Man in the MCU. So let's get right into it. As a big Spider-Man fan for as long as I could remember, this was a big letdown for me. Now, let's start off with the obvious here. There's no mention of Uncle Ben. There's no Uncle Ben in this movie. So I get it. Look, if you're not trying to see Uncle Ben get smoked for a third time, sure, whatever. But not to mention him is crazy disrespect. How do we not mention the person that started Spider-Man on the hero journey to begin with? Say my boy's name. Let's stop acting stupid here. The next thing that bothered me was the infatuation with Tony Stark and his approval. What the fuck is going on? He's hitting up Happy non-stop, trying to tell him that he's ready for the next big mission, to tell Tony that, you know, he's ready, right? Cut it out. Get off his iron nuts. Be Spider-Man, for God's sake. That's not what Spider-Man does. It's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing for me to look at a character like Spider-Man act this way. Speaking of Iron Man, look, the suit that he gave Peter was really nice. I can't knock the suit. I think it looks great. The piece, though, that bothers me about this suit is that it takes away all of Peter's innovation. You know, I get it. He has this top-of-the-line suit, but when he said, "I'm nothing without this suit," he sounded like such a whore, to be honest with you. Nothing without the suit? Nah. My Spider-Man would not say something like that. That was crazy. I hated that line the most out of this whole movie. This might sound like hating, but Spider-Man wasn't looking very spider-like. I really wasn't a fan of the way that he was swinging in this movie. Even the crawling up the walls didn't look that great. He didn't really swing that much at all in this movie, it felt like. And the climbing scene, I'm really referencing the Washington Monument. It just kind of looked awkward. It didn't look spider-like, and I know that's kind of being nitpicky here because he is, you know, a guy, but just in past films it looked a lot more spider-like. It just fit the character a lot more. He looked more agile and stuff like that. It just didn't look right to me. And then I don't know why they had Zendaya in this damn movie. You know, she didn't really do anything in this movie, and I felt like it was just a name to throw out there just to get more people to watch this. And I didn't really like that. Her character wasn't very useful, to be honest with you. And I get it. She's more useful in the next movies. But with this one, not really. I didn't see a point to her character. And now this last point has me a little conflicted, all right? As to why I didn't like this movie. The high school aspect. Now, I do like that Peter is in high school and he's young. I think that's a nice element to have with this Spider-Man in the MCU. It's a little bit more in his roots. But there's certain things about high school that I don't really care for, like the decathlon thing. It could have done without. And then ditching class and getting, you know, detention didn't really matter. It didn't do anything to Peter, really. You know, yeah, he goes to detention, so what? So what? Who cares? He doesn't care, obviously. The only part of the high school thing that I think should have been highlighted was Homecoming. It's in the title, for God's sake. Yeah, let's care about that aspect, maybe who Pete's going with, you know, the kind of build up to ask Liz out, but that wasn't really the case. And then at the end of it, who really cares about Homecoming? Because Peter didn't even care about Homecoming. He left Homecoming, just like everything else in this movie. He left the decathlon. He left detention. Now he's leaving Homecoming. Does Peter really give a shit about high school in the end? If he doesn't give a shit about high school, why should I care about him giving a shit about high school or the things that go on in his high school? It doesn't matter. I didn't like that. Now, with all that said, yes, I wasn't very interested in this Spider-Man movie. I don't think they did it right, but there were some good things about it. Number one has to be the use of Spider-Man using his webbing. I think it's the best that we've ever had compared to Tobey and Andrew's movies. You know, he has all these different combinations and things like that he utilizes, and I think that was really cool when I was watching this movie. I think they did a great job on that. Next thing I really liked was Ned. I think that he was a good replacement for what's usually Harry. I think that he was very useful. And really, when you look at the other movies, Peter never really had a friend to help him. So I think that was a really good change that they made for this movie. And finally, the best part about this movie was Vulture. Vulture was a great character. I like that he had purpose. You know, he had full reason to be doing what he's doing. And then the twist of him being Liz's dad was perfect. I think that really paid off. And just Michael Keaton as an actor really portrayed this well. I think one of the most regarded scenes when it comes to this movie is when they're at the light. He's saying everything with his eyes. And when they pull up to Homecoming and he pulls out the gun real smooth and lets them know, hey, I'll fucking kill you and your whole family. That's a villain. That's a good villain. And he wasn't looking for world domination. He's not trying to overthrow governments or anything like that. He's a guy trying to take care of his family and also other people's families too. Overall, it was a refreshing take on a villain that really I wasn't very interested in from the go, originally watching this movie. But this made me look at it like, damn, he's one of the top 3 villains for Spider-Man ever seen on screen. Okay, now where do I rank Spider-Man Homecoming in the MCU?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You're gonna hate me for this one, guys, but I'm giving it a D tier. This was not a great movie. I'm putting it on the same tier as Iron Man 3. I didn't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I think they really dropped the ball, especially with just people that really love Spider-Man as a character. I think not including Uncle Ben, even just mentioning him, was a big mistake. I can't believe that they've gone through all these movies. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but they've gone through all these movies without mentioning Ben. It's really weird. Now, I'm not saying I hate this iteration of Spider-Man. I think that in the next couple movies, he does get better. But just this, as the start of his MCU journey, it wasn't it. With this introduction into the MCU, they really had a lot of power to make this a great movie. And you know the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And really, they left me looking like this. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you want more Marvel reviews like this one, please subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading every week. And what did you guys think about Spider-Man Homecoming? Do you think I'm being a little hard on it? Pause? Let me know in the comments. Alright, we'll catch you guys on the next one.